Well, Gecko, what have you been up to these days?
Well, more 3D stuff.
Yeah, how's that going?
Not the best, because I have been very slow at getting stuff done. Just, me trying to figure out how to create a couple things. Not going the best. I am almost done with the scene, which I'm very excited to get done.
Okay.
But it's sad.
Okay.
Other than that, a lot of Fallout.
I've noticed every time I try and play Apex with you, Fallout.
Yeah, but not anymore. I am probably going to be on Security Breach a lot more.
Okay.
So we'll see. Don't know what's going to happen in these next couple of weeks.
It's Security Breach, that VR game I played a little bit of. Oh no. It's what's that video game, VR game that you had me play where you're like the only human in like a machine world and you're like in this office building and you have to like sneak around?
Oh, what is that? I know
Office
exactly.
Space or something.
Sounds like a horrible Office TV show.
I'm pretty sure that's exactly what it is. Anyways,
over hard work. I know what you're talking about with the one-eyed robots.
Wow.
You could like take almost anything as a weapon.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that game.
It's almost like
Something budget.
budget cut.
Budget cuts. I don't know why I said something budget, because it is budget cuts. Exactly, budget cuts. Did you know there's a second one?
Yeah, I've played the second one.
That's right, you did.
It's a really fun game.
It is.
Sidetrack there. All right, are we ready to get into this? Do you got stuff to talk about?
I do have some stuff to talk about. So let's start off with something simple, then we'll get into the bigger stuff. Mandalorian season 3.
Yep.
So I rewatched the trailer and I have some new ideas. I may be sad though, because they may not do Mandalorian versus Mandalorians, which would be sad because I would really like to see that. But I had another idea. So first off, I just want to point out that I would not like it if they actually brought the Empire back in Mandalorian season 3.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Did I?
I feel like you did.
Maybe I did.
Anyways,
I don't remember.
I don't think you were just like, okay, all right. Anyways, why?
Just because we've already had so much of the Empire. Let's get a new enemy. Let's get someone a little more interesting. AKA going into the crime syndicate. I know we had a little bit of that in Boba Fett.
Oh yeah, they're fun though.
Yeah, like I would just like to see more of them and stuff. That would be interesting. It would just be interesting because, we had this time in the Clone Wars and a little bit after the Clone Wars where Darth Maul was the leader of the crime syndicate.
Okay.
So I would like to know what happened to them afterwards and stuff. So I'm just kind of curious, maybe like all this stuff. We had Jabba the Hutt, who was like the big boss man of the crime syndicate and all that.
He did.
Yeah. And then we had the Pikes apparently become the big boss man of the syndicate, as well as these Hutts, who I would love to know.
A question about Pikes.
Yeah.
They don't make much sense to me. So are they like technologically more advanced? Or are they just like a lot of them? Or
What do you mean? Like
how do they have any power? Because it seemed like just normal people with guns and everyone's scared of them for some reason.
Oh, yes, because so their home is located in so you've seen Han Solo.
Yeah.
Their home is located in a like storm.
Okay.
And the Kessel Run, that's what it's called. And they are the biggest spice traders in Star Wars.
So they're just wealthy.
Yeah, they're very, very wealthy.
Okay. So they're basically just like drug dealers.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
And not only that, they do have like I think the largest army in the crime underworld. Okay. So I think I'm not too sure about that. I could be wrong. It could be another group that I'm not remembering their names. But yeah, and not only that, we do get a look at them if you watch Clone Wars season 7. When Ahsoka's with those two sisters and stuff. Right. So yeah, they're actually a very interesting group, even though basically now they're dead. Their leader is dead, I should say. But yeah, I would like to see more of the crime syndicate in Star Wars. Kind of get more in depth with that. It would be kind of interesting to see. Moving on from that, nothing else really sparked my theory making machine over here. Like, other than the fact there was a lot of space battles going on, so that might be interesting to see. We'll get more space battles, more starships, stuff like that. I would love it. Other than that, nothing else. Moving on to Star Wars Bad Batch.
Okay.
Now, nothing really new other than the fact that we do get a look at a Jedi, the Wookiee Jedi. I have my theories about him, and I have my theories about the show as well. My theories about him is he may have something to do with a clone rebellion because he is a Jedi. He will lead the clone rebellion, even though he's like a youngling. But I don't know. Like, I would love to see a clone rebellion in this show. Like, a clone rebellion. It would make perfect sense for the clones. I know you don't think so, but it would make perfect sense.
Whoa.
Perfect sense for the clones to like start a rebellion against the Empire, and that is how they all died.
Okay, that's interesting.
Because they're for the Republic, not the Empire. So,
Right.
so not only that, I have my theories about what's going to happen. It looks like maybe the Bad Batch group is going to be in a couple pod racers. Not pod racers, but that's what I'm calling them. Some race. So I don't know if it's just going to be a one-off episode kind of thing, or if it's going to be part of the story itself, like they're trying to get something. I don't know. That goes into Omega. I don't know if we ever really figured out why she's so special.
I certainly didn't.
You haven't even finished the show.
That's true.
So, here's the thing. Here's my theory. She is a Force clone.
Okay.
She is a clone able to use the Force.
Okay.
And I did hear... So, I did... In Star Wars, some old lore is the fact that you were never able to clone someone who was able to use the Force, and they were able to use the Force.
Okay.
It was like almost impossible. So I'm wondering if that's what she is, if that's her reason. Like, she is someone who is able to use the Force.
Okay.
I don't know. That goes into our lovely little Kaminoan friend who was taken by the Empire before they destroyed Kamino.
Yep.
What's her name? I forget. Something. I forget her name.
Yeah.
The first Kaminoan.
I know who you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I actually know what Kaminoans are.
Long.
Yep.
Very long. Yeah, so I suspect they're going to try and use cloning process to make Force users from clones, which is why they might actually go after Omega, which will tell them to be like, oh, we have to make a clone rebellion. That's my theory about that. I'm not too sure. It's kind of reaching far out there. Shall we move on?
All right.
So some news I learned. This isn't a theory, but there's some news there that I learned about Tales of the Jedi.
Okay.
There's going to be very little talking.
Let's go.
They're going to tell a story through action, movement,
Nice.
all this stuff. And I love that.
Me
That is
too.
a good choice. I'm excited to see what they do. Like, oh, who knows what? Oh, I'm so excited. They could tell.
Do you know what the animation style is going to be like?
Clone Wars season
yeah,
7.
You told me that.
Yeah.
Okay. I could get behind that.
Yeah, and it may actually be even a little better than season 7.
Okay.
Because they've had all this time, and I'm excited to see this animation again. It's like once season 7 hit, it was so good. Yeah, so that's what I got to say about Tales of the Jedi. Nothing new, really. Like, we're going to see Count Dooku before he becomes a Sith, but I'm just more interested in the fact that it's going to be a lot less talking and more just showing you. So I think we're going to get some beautiful, beautiful visuals in this show.
Here's to hope it.
Yeah. All right, moving on to the next part. Mandalorian. No, I already said Mandalorian. Did I talk about? I've talked about Mandalorian season 3. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm losing my mind over here. What was it? It is Andor.
Andor.
I think that's what I want to. Yeah, Andor. So, of course, we got those 2 new shots with Andor in it. He's walking around, looks like a destroyed battleground, possibly. Not too sure about that. I don't know what to expect from that. Like maybe it was an after battle, or he had just gotten there after a battle, or something. I don't know. But it is clear to me now that they may have. It is clear to me that they have him trying to find someone who is trying to kill this senator.
Okay.
I think. Let's turn it into a theory, not clear. Okay. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm not too sure. But yeah, like I'm excited to see that. That is going to be interesting. So we may actually spend a lot. Now I keep saying this and I'm always wrong, but I still want it to happen of it just a normal Star Wars show where it's very on one planet. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Every once in a while we can go to another planet. That's fine. Let's just stay on one planet, which we might actually get in this show. I highly doubt it now, but I'm excited. That might be what is going on. We're going to be stuck on this one planet with Andor and be like, okay, this is all happening. Senator, this is all happening. Andor, this is all,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Any questions about any of this stuff?
I definitely want to ask questions about Andor. I probably should wait till more is announced so that I know more to ask and you know more to answer.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely am excited for it and have some things I'll be asking later.
Okay.
But I don't think I have questions about the other parts. What do you have? Something else?
I just remembered my other theories about Mandalorian season 3. Continue. Please continue what you're talking about.
No, go.
No,
Go.
you talk.
No.
All right, fine. So, real fast. A couple things about Mandalorian season 3 that I did forget. I knew I was forgetting something. We see a helmet. It is very odd looking.
Okay.
Like, it doesn't look like the normal size of a regular Mandalorian helmet. It looks very, like, flat, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like, you know how long...
Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's
but it's like more squarish. There we go.
Yeah.
It could be Grogu's Mandalorian armor.
Well, that'd be tiny.
Yeah. But it looks a lot bigger. I don't know if they're going to fit Grogu in the entire thing or what, but it looks so weird. Like, it doesn't even look like it has a visor. It looks like it's open-faced.
Okay.
So it's weird looking. It just bugs me every time I look at it. I'm like, that does not look like a normal Mandalorian helmet. What is wrong with that? I don't know if it's just like size issue or if they just increase the size to like fool you or something. I don't know, but it's weird. It's weird, I tell you.
And do we see this like
Once.
Yeah, but is it just like it, or is it like in the frame with anything else?
Well, somebody's holding it.
Mm.
And that's why it looks weird, because it doesn't, like, you can tell that by the person holding it, it just does not look like the right size of a Mandalorian helmet. I don't know. Maybe it's going to call back to something, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. Whatever. Moving on from that, one of my theories, though, about this show. So, here's the thing. I want to give you a little backstory here. I think I talked about this a while back, but let's talk about it again. I know I'm taking a long time. I apologize. Forgive my insolence. But
no, talk.
Our favorite Mandalorian has the darksaber, okay? Which qualifies him to be the leader of the Mandalorians.
Okay.
So there in the books, or at least in the show, there is this leader called Mandalore.
Okay.
But in the books, I don't know if they ever specified in the show. I don't remember them doing that. But in the books, it is specified that whoever is the leader of Mandalore, the person must don the name Mandalore and never take off his helmet in front of anybody to show that he is the leader of Mandalore, so he could embody that person.
Okay.
So that's where I think where they're going with this. That our favorite Mandalorian is going to embody the fact that he is Mandalore. Never remove his helmet because he went to the waters of Moshtamarku.
Okay.
And so that's my theory about that.
That's interesting. I like that story for sure.
Yeah, another reason why I love the Mandalorian. It's like, oh, so good. Again, it may be the fact that I'm hoping that the Mandalorians will be the enemies, but I also don't want the Empire to be the enemy. You know what I mean? All right. That's about it that I have. There may be something I'm forgetting. I don't think there is. Let's get on to Marvel before we end this.
I got a lot to talk about. So,
actually, there is one. No, I'm just joking.
as we all know, San Diego Comic-Con starts yesterday when you listen to this. But Marvel announced
today for us, yesterday for you.
And we're not getting big Marvel stuff until
Disney.
Well, the animation panel's Friday, and then the movie panel or MCU panel is Saturday. So, don't have any big news. And I don't want to talk about San Diego Comic-Con very much. But I want to talk about other announcements that happened. So we'll start off. Let's start with DC. So DC, Henry Cavill announced that he's going to be at the Black Adam booth and panel for that in stuff, which is, Henry Cavill played Superman. We know that The Rock has been saying, I want a Black Adam versus Superman thing. We know that Superman's supposed to have a cameo at the end of Black Adam. So it could just be him promoting Black Adam. But I would not be surprised if it was announced that he's going to be, cameoing in more things. We know that in old interviews, Henry Cavill said he wants to finish the story that was started with Superman. So I wouldn't be too surprised if there's an announcement of a full Superman movie. And I would definitely not be surprised if there was teased some sort of Black Adam versus Superman movie.
Okay.
So that's just very interesting. It is a little weird right now. DCEU is just so crazy right now. Literally, I think there's 4 Superman characters that are in the DCU right now. Not sure exactly what they're doing with all of them.
Are you sure it's actually Superman, or could it be Superboy?
Well, that's what I say. The Superman type characters, right? Because there's Superwoman, Supergirl, I guess.
Yeah,
it is. It's just getting her start up right now. There's the HBO Black Superman, and then there's the Michael B. Jordan Superman that's going to be coming on HBO, and there's the CW's Lois and Clark TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Might even be more, right? There's him, and then there's Supergirl CW show with
My
the Superman.
goodness.
So there's so much going on there.
I thought we were talking about Marvel.
But yeah, that's all I got for DC. So let's move on to Marvel. So the day that this comes out, February what? Tomorrow, July 22nd.
It's coming out here very soon, February 1.
July 22nd, Marvel announced that coming to Disney Plus.
Are you sure it is in February?
On July 22nd, 2022, is Logan, Deadpool, and Deadpool 2 with no restrictions. So it's going to be full R rating, full movies on Disney Plus on July 22nd.
Oh, okay. I thought these were new movies coming out, but no, this is
old R-rated stuff being added to Disney Plus.
Okay.
Now, what's exciting about this is the fact that they are R-rated, meaning open doors for Midnight Suns, for Daredevil, for Punisher, for Deadpool 3, for anything to actually be R-rated and not be nearly as restricted as has been in the past.
Yeah, well, we already have like Deadpool, Jessica Jones, and all that on Disney Plus. Yeah.
Right. Daredevil.
Did I say Deadpool?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Daredevil.
Yeah. There was, that is on there. They have their 17 and up, thing. But yes, super exciting. Ryan Reynolds, of course, put out a little joke tweet about them already having R-rated stuff in Bambi and
Oh my goodness.
things. It was pretty funny. He's hilarious. But
Of course, you'd say that.
there isn't too much announced about what might be if he's gonna be at San Diego Comic-Con or anything. The other thing announced was that we got to see what the panels are going to be about, and one thing added, they are doing freshman year at the animation panel.
Okay.
And it's also is canon to the MCU, which means what they said, it was either the writers or Kevin Feige, I can't remember, said it's freshman year is supposed to be Tom Holland's Spider-Man before
Civil War.
Homecoming.
Oh, before Homecoming. Is it like in between Civil War and Homecoming, or is it is it before Civil War?
I would guess before Civil War.
Okay.
But yeah, they didn't say, they just said before Homecoming.
So we're gonna get lovely binocular goggle
Maybe.
Spider-Man.
We'll see.
So another question here.
Yes, Gecko Man. What is your question?
So is this gonna be the first animated TV show connected to the MCU? Or animated anything connected to the MCU?
That is on our 616, yeah, because we had What If, but it was not.
Oh, good point.
Which is canon, but it's not on our 616. This
Yeah.
is seemingly like it's going to be Earth 616
Yeah.
Spider-Man. Being that it's canon and supposed to be his, origin story or whatever.
Okay. Interesting.
And we know the other things being announced makes me, on the animated side, makes me think is X-Men 97 going to be canon? Which is interesting. What's it going to be hitting on?
So here's the other thing, though. Didn't we see? So I feel like we've seen the X-Men from X-Men, the original X-Men, in one of the Spider-Man shows. I think it was Spider-Man 19, the animated Spider-Man.
Oh, in one of the animated shows?
Yeah.
The animated series?
Yeah. I forget what year it came out. I think it was 1998?
99.
1999. When he was turning into...
Yeah, when he's becoming the human spider or whatever.
Yeah.
And growing his arms, then he's like, I might be a mutant. Well, Kirk Connors is like, hey, your genes are mutating. He's like, am I a mutant? He's like, well, kind of. And so he goes to the school for mutants, and we meet a couple of them.
Yeah.
Storm. Can't remember who else. I feel like there's two.
Beast.
Beast.
I feel like Charles Xavier was
then he meets with Charles Xavier, and Charles Xavier is like, well, this isn't really what we deal with.
Was Wolverine there?
Don't remember.
I know Beast chased after him
Yeah.
and stuff, and he got captured.
Yep.
So, to me, they just look very similar. I don't know if they are from the same stuff.
Yeah.
So,
could be. That's interesting.
because if they are, then
Is that canon?
yeah.
Good call. Yeah. Very interesting. And if that's canon, will they ever finish that story that they left on a cliffhanger?
It's a good show.
MJ back.
It's a good show. If you haven't seen Spider-Man or almost any of the animated Marvel stuff.
Most of the animated stuff from that time period is really good.
Yeah.
And that show is spectacular, although it isn't Spectacular Spider-Man. Spectacular Spider-Man is spectacular. But Spider-Man, the animated series from late 90s, early 2000s is really good and
Great story,
Just
great villain.
got ended on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, just like X-Men. So there is a chance that it could come back. If
Anyways,
moving on.
the other news, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah,
Apparently,
it got
The-
moved back.
actor who
Okay.
is going to play Adam Warlock is going to be at the San Diego Comic-Con. So there might be more news about Guardians of the Galaxy than I was thinking. He is
Okay.
voicing stuff in the upcoming I Am Groot, so it could just be like promotion for that. But I think that we're going to hear a lot more about Guardians of the Galaxy than we thought.
So is it confirmed that Adam Warlock's going to
Mm.
be in Guardians of the Galaxy 3?
As confirmed as anything is right now, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty well confirmed. Like I would stake my reputation on it.
And what reputation is that?
Oh, it's not a very good one, but I'd still stake it on that.
All right.
But yeah, that is, and
Oh.
the director, James Gunn, is going to be there. But he's, of course, directing I Am Groot. He's also directing this holiday special. So we don't know exactly what they'll be talking about, but super excited to hear about that side of the MCU. And
What?
go ahead.
I did just remember something. So if you want, I can tell you it. It's actually really surprising that I found. I'm surprised that this didn't happen.
Okay.
So this isn't any rumors or anything about this, but so we all know we have an Ahsoka show coming.
Yep.
A trailer has been shown, but only at you know what.
Yeah.
So here's something that I realized. I had just learned that the actor playing the live action Ahsoka and
Changing?
no, sadly, and the voice actor of Ahsoka have never met.
Interesting. They probably should.
Yeah. Because here's the thing. You had the voice actor who played Ahsoka in the Clone Wars
Very well.
very well and for a very long time.
Yep.
So she understands Ahsoka a lot more than
Yep.
the live action. So either, probably change. change.
I don't think they necessarily need. I think it was a poor choice of who they had play her, but I don't think they need to change
Yeah.
her.
But then better yet, next best thing, have those
Yeah.
two meet and talk. I don't know why they're not doing that. She apparently has no like control. The voice actor has no input on the Ahsoka
Oh,
show.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah. So I'm scared of where that's going with Ahsoka. So it just surprises me that those two have never met,
Yeah.
never talked. Like, if you want Ahsoka to be good, have a voice actor and an actor, or even an actor and an actor who's played the same character talk.
Yep.
Like, seriously. Like, if you're going to put, like, Spider-Man freshman year, you should have Tom Holland talk with the voice actor.
Exactly.
If he's not playing. I don't know. Is he?
No, so what I said this last
think-
week or something that
Yeah.
that the voice actor is not going to be Tom Holland.
Okay.
We did not sure who it's going to be yet. It's now that I know it's Tom Holland Spider-Man, though, it's kind of a little more annoying. At the time, I'd said I wasn't too annoyed about it.
Well, we all
Still
know that
not.
this is a younger
Right.
Spider-Man, so we don't know.
But yeah, I think and voice actors can be amazing, right? And this
Yeah.
is different where like you're bringing a live action to animation where so the voice actor needs embody the character's voice and inflection stuff, whereas acting they need to know that so that they can embody every aspect of them and have
Yeah,
the emotion and who they are and everything even more.
Yeah, that goes back to Ahsoka. Seriously, you just need to have those two meet, have them talk, be like, "Hey, you should probably be doing this instead of this.
Yep.
You should actually play as Ahsoka and not act like Ahsoka."
Yeah.
Uh,
All right, so finally, the final thing I'll talk about is a little rumor that's been going around that we'll probably get the answer to here very quickly on Saturday when we see the trailer for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. But there has been a rumor that's semi-confirmed that M'Baku is going to be king of Wakanda and Shuri is going to take over the mantle of Black Panther.
really?
Yep. Which, I mean, I predicted that it would be Shuri taking over the mantle from the start. It was not like a big surprise
it
or
does
whatever.
make a lot of sense, but at the same time, we all know how Shuri is.
Which I don't like her character in Black Panther, but I do think that like with the death of her brother, that could change her and like
Yeah, true.
could give her like
Well-
more of like a meaning behind her technology and like why she does what she does, and that could then make her a very interesting character. I do really like M'Baku. I like him as a leader king role, and so I'm pretty excited to see him as the king of Wukan.
And how he's going to handle this war.
Exactly.
That's going to be exciting to
Like
see.
he would be like, let's go, you know.
Yeah. Or who knows? Maybe he's changed.
Maybe he's become wise.
So here's a couple things I want to point out. So we all know that
all of us.
sip it. And we all know that it was 5 years between the blip. And we know a lot of stuff has changed.
Yep.
Even people had to take over the roles of some other people.
Mm-hmm.
So since T'Challa was blipped away, someone probably had to take over the role of Black Panther.
Yep.
And I guess it makes sense that Shuri would take it.
Yep.
And probably, we don't even know how Shuri was throughout that time and what has happened to her throughout that time. We don't know anything in the blip time other than the fact it was hard for everybody.
Yeah.
I'm actually getting annoyed with myself saying blip a lot, so please stop me.
We'll just blip it out.
But yeah, and even M'Baku, who respected T'Challa,
Yep.
like, he probably changed as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we lost a great warrior. So I just wanted to point that out, that like, people had to take over for them and stuff like that.
Yep.
I forget who it was. Who took over for who in after the whole blip thing? I remember someone talking about it, and
Who? What?
there was somebody who took over for somebody. Hold on.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know what I'm talking about. I don't know. I legitimately don't know anymore. I've lost my mind, I tell you. Doctor Strange.
What about him?
Wong took over as
Sorcerer Supreme?
Sorcerer Supreme when he blipped away.
Well, it's a technicality, but yeah. Okay. Well, we'll close out by saying happy birthday to Spider-Man. And, yeah. See y'all next week.
Yep.